I have to put this on here before I forget. When I did the podcast with Alec, the theme song was "Speaking About Nothing We're Talking About," and there's a story behind that I will tell later. But also, I think I just wrote my new theme song. When I talked to Sarah, I was like, "Listen, can your episode of the podcast be? These are things I've been thinking about talking to you about," like, or something like. I think that's the only rhythm that I know. That everything in my head is phrased to that rhythm. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Today's coffee is brought to you by the new Floral A mug. It's huge. I got it from Shane's Aunt Norma, and it's a delight. Oh, it's so big. I'm still in the phase of what's called silent prep, not sewing today, but still in the process of getting ready to sew, which seems like a forever process. But we're not making headway. Not only did I acquire 2 of the 3 heat presses, I also acquired a desk and am getting ready to move huge pieces of furniture tomorrow. So being able to, like, the amount of fabric in my living room right now is overwhelming. But knowing that once I get those dressers moved, I'll be able to efficiently start arranging storage and like going through and touching all the fabrics. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, ain't nobody want to go in that closet today that has my wedding dress and my mom's clothes and Grayson's old clothes and toys and all the things that I just put in there for later. That's today. Which is not a bad thing or a heavy thing to do. It's just a lot of non-dopamine balls of like the clothes that my mother bought that she never got to wear that are still in packages with tags on them. That is not a fun place to be. Or all the clothes that she bought for Grayson that, like, nobody has bought Grayson a wardrobe at a time, which was her jam, in over a year. So now, like, Grayson's clothes are officially, like, he has shot up and grown. And I said to Shane, I was like, I have to take Grayson shopping for clothes, and we've never done that. That's different and new, and an experience that I was not necessary. Like, I was waiting for like first holidays without Jamie, but I didn't realize that like getting Grayson new clothes without my mom was a whole experience, and something that I'm grateful that she was so attentive and wonderful, because Grayson is 10 and I've never had to do that yet. Something that hasn't been in our wheelhouse previously, and is a little nerve-wracking for him and I, new experiences and new things, right? Like, but I'm excited because all the clothes that don't fit, that like there's a hole in or whatever, I get to craft with. So that's what's making me want to do these things. But I'm going to take a second to acknowledge this. For some people, like the buying of clothes shopping experience is like a crazy, like, oh God, anxiety inducing thing. Yes, like a lot of times from my experience, a lot of moms have talked about like their teenage daughters at some point either develop their own style that isn't their mom's, and that's a struggle, or they only want to wear a certain thing, and so like getting them to change their clothes or wear different things. Like, I wore black hoodies. I had 27 black hoodies and only wore that as my uniform for like 15 years. So clothing is and people's like ability to like do this whole process, it's a spectrum, and on the spectrum of things, a lot of times it comes to sensory, like it comes to tags, like the big things that we know about, like tags in a shirt. Like, Hanes has gone to just where they don't have tags in the shirts because everybody doesn't like it, but some kids won't wear clothes because of it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, when they go to the store, their frustrations are just finding a cut that they like how it looks on their body, and it's more of a visual and comfort thing, right? But it's an easier process, right? As being somebody who is in fashion design, clothing construction, all of these things, and in the fashion world, like, it's more abnormal to be frustrated about that process because bodies are not one size fits all, right? Anyway, so when it comes to just where sensory kids in general have a hard time with trying on clothes, things to keep in mind is little things that nobody likes turn into things that a kid cannot do it, and then there's a problem kind of thing. I don't know how to talk about the theory of, so I'll just talk about my own personal experience. As my weight changed and my body became a weirder liquid lava lamp than it was before, my sensory system became overloaded by things that it wasn't previously, where I used to wear high-waisted tie clothes a lot. They were flattering. They were fit and flare. There's a reason that style exists. But that tie and that pressure at my, just below my rib cage by my diaphragm, that used to not bother me. Now it's necklines of t-shirts. You'll never see my collarbones covered because I feel like I'm being strangled if anything's even higher than this. I don't wear necklaces either. And then if I have any band around my bust to my natural waist because of my gastritis and the things going on internally, that is just a pressure that is so uncomfortable. I cannot. So that's an example for me and how startling and frustrating it was for me to be able to go from something that I could wear and buy without trying on to, if that waistband is too anything, I won't wear it, or I end up clawing my clothes off because I'm like, oh God, I can't breathe. Things I can and cannot do, and the hacks that I've learned. I cannot go to a store to try on jeans, buy jeans, and be happy with them. 44 years. What I can do is I can go to Goodwill or resale or to my girlfriend's house who's the same size as me and say, hey, can I try on your favorite pair of jeans, or go through the brands at a Goodwill or resale shop and try on my size in places I know I can shop and procure in the future. But I go and try those sizes on to find out my sizing before I buy online. And I usually don't buy online unless I really like the Old Navy Fit and Flare Rockstar jeans. I had 12 pairs of those in different sizes because that cut was it, right? But I can't tell you how many times I actually went to Old Navy and tried on that specific cut and pair of jeans, and in the store with that newly cut, never worn, never washed, starched pair of jeans, I was so overly, oh my God, why does this feel like I'm in fucking leg jail? Are these pants made out of cement? There is not a pair of jeans, pants, slacks, anything with a zip, pants-wise, that I can put on that is fresh and new and not washed that I don't have an oversensory reaction to, where I was never going to buy those pants. I didn't realize that was the difference. It's the starches that they put in clothes, because you starch fabric very much before you cut it so you don't lose the stretch, so you have consistency in it. There's reasons that the fabrics in the store have the starches, have been pressed, have iron. It's for all these reasons, but it is not conducive to the actual purchasing of said garment, because everything done to it previously has made it more uncomfortable. Does that make sense? For some people, going shopping and trying on clothes ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string. But for other people, it's a nightmare. And that is something that I delve in further and have more to talk about, but I'll save that for the B-side. Not everybody has great experiences, especially with their children and sensory kids, on this part of life. And Jamie Haley is amazing. Was and will always be amazing. But she would just buy the next biggest size and all of them. I'm not kidding. I have 7 wardrobes for this kid. And they're all the same shirt, just different sizes. It's like Walmart's catalog of kids' clothes would come out, and she would just say, yes, please. And then we never stopped having enough clothes for him, but has led to an insane amount of laundry. And that works when a kid's 4 and doesn't care if his mom is buying him Def Leppard t-shirts and the grandma is buying teddy bear t-shirts, or his mom's buying Zelda and Metallica t-shirts, and then there's cutesy bears. It's what are you doing? This kid's a pirate. He does not care. He doesn't have a specific, he's never shown interest, or it's honey, how can the shirt and pants be on backwards and inside out? The awareness wasn't there before, and we had a gift of not having a very particular child. But now in this whole your body, your choice, what feels good on your body, what aren't you wearing, what do you wear, and trying to have that conversation is one of those nightmare situations of we haven't had to do it yet. And he has now at 10 shown he would prefer to wear jeans, where it's I'll sell my soul to whoever will buy it to make it so that I don't ever have to wear jeans again. I hate them. I mean, not to the devil, but I hate jeans. All right, I wouldn't sell my soul to not wear jeans, because you can just elect to do that, But like, I have so many pairs of jeans, and I'm a 4-year-old when I put them on. It's like, nope. Because jeans to me are either too tight to sit. Like if they're tight enough that if they're loose enough to be able to sit comfortably, then they're not going to stay on when I'm walking around. Like, they don't make that kind of jean yet, and that sucks. And until those magical unicorns exist, it's leggings and tank tops for this one. But I digress. While I'm physically doing and removing the old stuff I know I don't need, that's what the kids in the back of the car, man, that's what they're thinking about today. In the back of my head, because I'm in this fabric world and textiles and clothing and upcycling, like, it's just okay, what do we do with all this? What can we do? The good news is that I'm excited to tear apart the stuff that is not donatable, because I have perfected the techniques that I've been working on. And somebody could ask a question like, Anna, how many times can you construct and deconstruct and then reconstruct a prototype? Oh, the answer is a lot. And how many said prototypes can you have going at one time that are different techniques before you just pick one? Not there yet. I perfected the loom technique with the t-shirt yarn and figured out how much I need to be able to do that textile. I also perfected I ripped this whole thing apart and put it back together, which is, I like the way it's coming along, and I figured out what materials can and cannot do that process. And I started that process with these colors, but like, I can't tell if I like the process because the colors are just a lot to wrap my head around. So it's like, okay, I got those 1, 2, 3 prototypes going. And then I was like, you know what? I wonder if I can, I just still, it's not exactly what I want. And so last night took that original rug apart and then reconstructed it into a circular rug. And now I have perfected the technique of the rag rugs that I would like to build. I perfected the technique on how to do this, what quantity, how much remnants I need, how to construct it together for the structure that I need, how to put a backing on it so that I could make it into a rug if I wanted, but then also how to put it together so that this could be like a chunky yarn weighted blanket. That's a thing. Didn't know, but figured that out yesterday. How do I say this? So in figuring out this process of getting streamlined and organizing, like I explained to Sarah, I can't move the furniture inside until I finish this prototype. And that might not make sense, but if this prototype doesn't work, then I don't know what scraps I need yet, which means I can't be efficient in there yet. And I can't be efficient in there yet until I know how to organize the scraps into the furniture we need to move there. And depending on that, determines the piece that goes in there. That is a lot of moving pieces, but I'm just going to keep crocheting until I perfect it. And then I did. I think that's kind of how that went. It is. That's how it went, because I have all of my scrap yarn, scrap t-shirt yarn, scrap pieces, all these little pieces. I needed them out of the way of the workshop so that I could move things around while I still figured out the answers of how that ends up. And so Anna's a jackass and moved all of that stuff right into the middle of the game room. Like, nobody can sit down because Anna's stuff is everywhere and like little scraps of fabric. Like, what the worst project to work on into this realm. But by finishing this up, I know that I can now pack that up, get it out of the way, and then be able to bring that out when it's time. But I've answered enough questions as far as breaking things down and what could it be, or what could you teach somebody how to do with that I can now go forward. And that's where the whole clothing realm comes in, is like, now that I have completed this process and prototypes, I get to go and I just got a really exciting idea. I was explaining to somebody about how with difficult things that you don't necessarily want to do, I personally, an Anna hack is that I have to gamify them. And so it's like, I'm going to pretend like it's kind of like Minecraft, where like when you need to build a house, you don't just have wood. You have to like cut down a tree, and then you take that tree and then you make it into like planks, and then you construct that. Or just like regular building, but Minecraft is a game. Building a house is not a game to me, but now after Minecraft, it's like, it's kind of a game. Anyway, I'm gonna go mine stuff. I'm gonna go mine fabric today. I'm gonna fabric hunt. I'm gonna treasure hunt, right? Instead of being like, this is an escape room nobody wants to play. It's like, okay, but what are the rules of the escape room and how the fuck do you get out of it? figure out what you need and what you don't need, and then you're there. I hope that's how it goes. So today's lens is I'm going to go play Minecraft in Grayson's room and harvest. Instead of being like, why is this in the closet and dirt? Like, whatever. It's like, oh, look at this treasure I found. Hey, seriously, I hope it works. I'm excited about it, so that's a good thing. Anywhoozle, I had a very nice meeting with Sarah yesterday where we got a lot of conversations going about how to efficiently use the respite hours and how to delegate our time. And she's like, Anna, the fact that you've gotten so much done. I was like, I know, I don't necessarily need you to lift and physically move stuff. I need you to help me make sure I'm taking care of me during this process so I don't blow everything up, because it's hard, but I'm not doing it. So it was all positive. And so we had that meeting. And while we were here, my girlfriend Cam stopped by, and we one of my favorite people in the whole world. And we had a nice little ladies' day, and it filled not ladies' day. It was like 2 hours, but it felt like an eternity, because when you're with your friends and your people, it's like time flies by, but also it core memory, and like just, oh God, just happiness and joy in your brain. Oh, it was one of those, which is great. But I think I take good pictures of my garden or my things, and oh, I'm so proud. This morning, Cam sent me pictures that she took, and I was like, oh my God, you take such better pictures of my garden. This is why I need a photographer. That little gourd with the two yellow spots that looks like a little face, it just murders my whole life. It's so adorable. We had a very, very wonderful cup-filling girlfriend powwow, and I look forward to our future crafting endeavors. And I got probably one of the best compliments I've ever gotten, where Sarah has been one of my best friends for, I don't know, just since birth, or since she was born, because I'm older. She's so in person with me that she sees the slow progression. Like, I don't see the changes and things sometimes. Like, I move fast, but what happened? Will Ferrell, the compliment that she gave me of Anna, I cannot believe what you've been able to do inside, outside, the things that the last time we really kind of talked was December, and I had all these big ideas. And, since then, being able to give her just a girlfriend update of so I had said, possibly a new podcast, the vlog, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to have a portfolio for you to be able to run a test on and take a listen to, if you would love me enough to be able to listen and give me a true, honest, real, raw feedback. That would be amazing. She's like, I cannot, she was so proud of me, and it's oh God, I just really needed to hear that, because my mom is not here and she would have said all those things. And thank you. That was very, very sweet. Thank you, Cam. A couple of Coffee with Anna or vlogs back, I talked about how much I've missed my community the last few years because of the quarantine and stuff. And so all of those shit feelings of feeling left behind and missing out, those were so big and terrible, right? So now when I do get those feelings, the good side of actually feeling like I have those things again, it's I can't help but not just cry in person of or make it really inappropriate joke, because I'm awkward as hell. But I think the moral of that is that my cup runneth over with the friendships and quality time that I feel like I actually have been able to have the last few weeks, right? My body was in this wait mode of Grayson going back to school, and is it going to work, and isn't it going to be okay? And I think that truly my nervous system is starting to understand and really take in that we are more on the verge of okay than not, knock on wood. But as that happens, the excitement is hard to not go. That's where I'm ready to, I want to go. It's but because then when I see you in person, I'm trying to catch up on 5 years of what I perceive as missed friendship time, where it's like, that's where Anna's a lot. I digress. Bring it back to what I do know. I do know that I have to get this house from the last time Sarah was here yesterday until tomorrow morning when she's here again. I have things to do. I'm going to continue to move the Nightmare Before Christmas dresser up into this workshop so that I can use it as efficient storage until I am done with it and it is either sold or we know we're keeping it. But right now I'm not using it anywhere else and it's getting out of the way. So that I'm doing the drawers today with the hopes of having all the drawers empty enough to then have them staged in the workshop. Whether or not I can, what I'm trying not to do is to bring that whole dresser upstairs by myself, but impulse control Anna. Like I jacked up my neck the other day because I thought I could move a table by myself. That's what I'm trying not to do. So I'm really working through it. So I have a plan when I go inside that house. And I can't stand up yet because the nausea's coming. So if I go and organize all the stuff that is in that dresser, one drawer at a time, and bring the drawers up, I then go up into Grayson's room with an empty box, and start taking all of the clothes and textiles that do not belong in that room anymore and take them out. I focus on just doing Grayson's, but if I come across my mom's, then we figure it out from there. That can go into a separate cardboard box that is touch when Sarah's here, right? I'm only going to take the stuff that I know that I can lift and move out of that room in a fabric way, whether that's dirty laundry, whatever it is, right? In order to do that, I have to make his bed first so I have a place to put all those stuff, which means I have to change his sheets and redo his whole bed. Come on, baby. I can't do that because of Grayson's allergies. I cannot ruffle up that room like tossing comforter wise because he's getting over an allergy flare up. So I can't touch that room unless there is the rainbow vacuum filter thing running, and that doesn't happen until tomorrow morning. So what I do is I bring 3 cardboard boxes up there. One is all the fabrics that are coming down to be put in the Nightmare Before Christmas dresser. The second one is stuff of Grayson's that does stay that possibly fits so that I can have a benchmark on what to buy new clothes wise when I go and bring him clothes to try on. Anyway, and then the third one is I'm not touching. Stuff that's going to make me cry, touch it with somebody else. And don't touch it alone. Oh. This is the rough plan, and we will see how that goes tomorrow because I'm going to get that shit done today. Don't move that fucking dresser by yourself, Anna. This is how I have to talk to myself through getting my get up and goes to go in a way that is actually helpful, right? And I'm identifying that, but I'm also identifying, Anna, what's your carrot at the end of the string this week? The Christmas lights that I have hanging right now are not done, and they're done as much as they can be without somebody needing to help me. But there's other things that take precedence that I need help with first, or I have to get done first. And so my goal and carrot at the end of the string is that on Thursday, we used to have trank time every Thursday, and I looked forward to it. But with quarantine, it dwindled, and I don't want to sit around alcohol like a bonfire, but I want to have the same camaraderie experiences. And for me, that is going to be Thursday night football on the patio with a bonfire. I can't do that. Literally, I clotheslined a friend of mine yesterday when she tried to walk back here because the Christmas lights are at clothesline your neck, or, well, depending how tall you are. Dudes, it'll close on your neck. Girls, like, I barely skate under, but it fucks up my hair. It's okay if I get clotheslined. The fact that it messes up my hair is why it's at the height that it is, because I'm nefarious to myself. But that is a reminder of get the shit. It's not time yet, Anna, but get the shit done inside so that when you have Sarah here on Thursday night for Thursday night football, that she can help you do those lights. Also, figure out some bug spray, but like that is my week will be good if Thursday night I can look forward to having the sound of people around watching a sport and some music on and just that relaxing time. It's like that used to be a regulatory behavior of camaraderie that I had in community that I'm grossly missing. So I'm hoping that by Thursday I can pull it off because I don't want it to be unsafe for somebody to walk back here. But I'm clotheslining people. But also it's like, do you know how I know you're a real friend of mine? I put booby traps up and you still got back here. It's like, yeah, like literally, it's like lit up like Disneyland back here, but then it'll clothesline you if you come back here. I don't know. It's weird. But like I'm like a Sour Patch Kid. I'm going to cuddle you, but I'll also like get a little knife. I'll give you a cuddle, but I also might, but also don't fuck with me. Mike Tyson your ear while I'm giving you a hug. Chew on you. Okay. Anyway, my goal. I know what my goals are. I know what I have to do. I just have to wait till the nausea isn't crippling, and so that I can actually get up and go do those things. That's what I'm waiting for. I said before, I know what your carrot at the end of the string is, right? Mine are literally a string of lights. And then know what your goals are. And then if it all melts you down because it's like, I don't even know where to start because, hi, I'm here, I'm the president. It's like, what do you know? What do you, like, go set your little goals for today and gamify it. Pretend you're playing Minecraft. I said to Grayson, every time I don't want to do something, like, oh God, this task, whatever, it's like I write a theme song about it because you can't be sad. It's like you can't be sad while you're eating ice cream. You also can't be sad while you're doing something to a theme song. Now I gotta take out the trash. Everything is to that. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody has a great day. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Find your carrot at the end of the string and don't eat an elephant and start with the middle bite, right?